With us now on set are Paul DeBecke and Dan Murphy, and we're going to be talking about a wonderful fundraiser put on by the Rotarians. Welcome. How are you, gentlemen?
Good afternoon.
Good. Thank you for having us.
Good. 35 years.
35 years.
Now, did you know each other 35 years ago, or no? Is this more of a recent
So
connection?
basically, the Rotary Club of Ronkonkoma, about 35 years ago, started a run around Lake Ronkonkoma as a fundraiser. About 4 years ago, Dan came to us and asked us to honor his son, Lieutenant Michael Murphy, by renaming the race after him, and that's what we've done. So our race this year, June 25th, is the Lieutenant Michael Murphy 4-mile run or walk, if you want, around the lake.
And how big is the lake?
It's
pretty big.
The lake, yeah, it's basically 4 miles around it.
I think it's a mile and a half over because Michael, during SEAL training, the connection with Lake Ronkonkoma is Michael was a lifeguard there. And so during SEAL training, when he was training to become a Navy SEAL, he would swim across the lake from Brookhaven to the Smithtown side and back.
And tell us about your son.
Well, those most may know Michael his story was in Lone Survivor, Marcus Luttrell's best-selling book, and then of course the movie, which portrayed Taylor Kitsch, who will actually be at the run. He comes every year. He's honored to do it. Michael loved water, so the progression to being a Navy SEAL was, I guess, just a natural for him. He enjoyed the work. He enjoyed his team. He was all about team, so the Navy SEALs appealed to him. It's a tight-knit organization. Interestingly enough, for those who may not know how difficult the training is, Michael's class started with 196 applicants. 18 graduated, 4 officers, including Michael, and 14 enlisted. That's it. So it's an extremely rigorous program to become a Navy SEAL and a Navy SEAL officer.
And so 5 years ago, you got involved with this run.
Correct.
I met Paul, and we talked about the fact that there was a connection with Lake Ronkonkoma, and we thought that it would attract more attention to the Ronkonkoma Rotary, Michael's legacy, which was always to give. So Paul will tell you more about the charities that they support.
Well, last year out of the event, we raised approximately $80,000. This year's goal is $100,000. We donated $15,000 to Special Operation Warrior Fund, $10,000 to Lone Survivor Foundation, another $10,000 to Navy SEAL Foundation, another $10,000 to the Michael Murphy Sea Cadets, and various charities on Long Island. Hopefully, again, this year, we're going to reach that goal of $100,000 so that we can do more. This year, last year we started with a honorary race chairman. Last year it was Vice Admiral Joseph McGuire, who was in charge of the SEAL team in Afghanistan, where Michael was killed. This year we have the injured police officer Stephen McDonald and his family. His son Connor just became detective a couple of weeks ago, and he's our honorary chair this year.
And I have a personal question for you both. It seems to me like you've both lived a life of philanthropic efforts, you know?
We try.
Where did that start for you? Where did the passion for you come about, where you wanted to help others?
Well, I've been involved with Rotary since I'm probably about 2. My father was a Rotarian in Brentwood, and so I've, been used to this. And it's just our ability to, give back to the community that we work in is just so important.
Beautiful. And how about you, Dan?
I think Michael grew up in that type of family. His godfather was a policeman. His best friend was a fireman. He became a lifeguard and then a Navy SEAL. I was a prosecutor. The whole family, I guess maybe Irish, were just into law enforcement and trying to help others. And Michael's service reflects that willingness to want to give back to people. He was known as Murph the Protector because during his school years, he protected a special ed child who was being pushed into a locker by some bullies, and of course Michael would get involved because he had a very sharp sense of dividing line of what's
Justice,
black
right
and
and
white.
wrong, yeah.
Exactly. And so there was no gray area for him. And so that's why the Navy SEALs, when it came up, was kind of almost a natural progression. you
Just
know.
where he was meant to be.
Yeah. Yeah.
One of the things that we should point out also is that there's a gentleman by the name of Freddie Rodriguez. He starts Friday night at the firehouse. Michael wore a patch from the firehouse in Spanish Harlem. And he runs 50 miles out to our race and then runs the 4-mile race.
Yeah.
Well,
Michael-
hopefully you feed him some barbecue when he gets there, because I know
Absolutely.
barbecue is
Yeah.
a big part of it too, right?
Michael inspires a lot of people.
He does.
It's amazing how many lives he touches. You know, there was a story, remember Sullenberger when the plane went down into the Hudson?
Absolutely.
The first ship, the first boat that came to that plane was the Lieutenant Michael Murphy. It was run by a Rutherford fireman called
gave me
Scott Cohen.
chills.
And do you know that Chris Cuomo was reporting that day, and it was funny because it really got me, because he said it appears that Lieutenant Michael Murphy is still on duty and saving lives. So
It's quite
that's it.
touching.
Yeah.
Our race is unique.
It certainly is.
Yes, and you know, we are one of the few races that offer a free pasta dinner 2 nights before Thursday, June 23rd, to all the runners, whoever wants to come to Windows on the Lake. Saturday after the race, we have a barbecue that's catered by Texas Roadhouse of Deer Park. And this year, well, last year we started a virtual race, which is you can run this race anywhere in the world.
Beautiful.
You register, we'll send you out a t-shirt, a race bib, and a challenge coin that's specifically designed for the race because you've picked up the challenge to run in it. And then you run the 4 miles any place in the world.
It's a great thing.
Yeah.
So hopefully all the 25 countries that are tuning in to us digitally that aren't in our tri-state area will join the race.
Well, last year we had 31 states and 5 countries.
Excellent.
Including some servicemen in Afghanistan who did the run over there.
I've never ran a race in my life,
Come on down.
but I think this might be the one that wins my heart, that makes me want to
You'll
participate.
meet some great
so
people. You'll
thank
meet
you
Taylor
so much.
Kitsch, who's a great, just a great man. He was Tim Riggins in Friday Night Lights. Been in Battleship. Is a well-known actor.
All right. I'm turning in my heels for a pair of running shoes.
You can walk it too.
Oh, you can walk it too.
Yeah.
So
Well, you
join
can-
us.
you
Absolutely
can-
join us.
You can keep your heels on because
Okay.
a couple of years ago, our president of the Rotary Club at the time ran the 1 mile fun run in heels.
There you go. Thank you so much. Stay tuned for more on Live It Up. Here's to you.